They love you. These leeches, these beaches with pictures. 1,000,000 photos in a gallery, the same headshot. There's only 6 degrees of separation and only about 6 different types of personalities. How many people have you known? Consider a hive mind, and if you known them all, what are reflections geometrically like triangles that come together? Polytetrahedrons. Liquid crystal creating images based off of stimulation of the mind, making pictures flipped upside down. What is reality? I'm playing the piano. You could say I'm thinking in Beethoven. Wait a minute, I got ADD. That means attention deficit. Maybe I'm delusional or I have OCD and my delusions are organized, and now we have a term for it, otherwise would be noted schizophrenic. But your thoughts are standing on top of these stanzas. That's how dense these words' muscles are. Each thought we walking along from my forehead into yours, we can be connected closer than the phone in this digital era, transcendent time to marry and wed the inner and outer divine communication. My author of my words come down like a fountain pen. Out of my mouth, I'm spitting like a dragon. Blue and black liquid ink, 1800s. Pages with shots of contusions. Look how the ink colors come together. And the picture more solid when the eyes swelleth up. What does it swell by? Does it swell by a little horn on the other side in the 4th dimension we call real? Could that be possible? Or possibly the Lord is the Lord of hosts, and that's what connects the many bodies to one mind. What is the beehive? What is the mosque or the cube that they walk around? What are those black squares on the Jews also? What is the octagon? What is the cube under Saturn? And what is a beehive? And who has the honey? And who is the lady in the red dress? And the red represents scarlet. And the red is scarlet, represents sin. Blood that is spilled, what connects it all? How is business? Said the gravekeeper at the funeral home. He had cold eyes. He must have lived for thousands of years. He said, good. How could I tell? I stood in disagreement, though I couldn't speak. Is this knowledge or wisdom, perception, black or white square? Who can tell and what classifies a bad guy? And what is a job? If a job, not a career. How did you get hired? Nepotism. What do you do? Not your position. Do you play it? And that is that a part of your cubicle. Are my questions specific that pierce the veil of the physical? Are you still worried about being physical, object permanent with the all-seeing eye? Are you not naked? What are stars? I told you those are UFOs, are like satellites that transmit from hella far. What is consciousness if consciousness isn't bright? What is the difference between knowledge to close your eyes or see the light? And how can you see it if there's no light? Examine your figures and meditate on your thoughts and their shapes. Concentrate like frozen juice, then it comes out your mouth. Triggers and social political correctness. How do we say this so subtle? What do you mean by this? Ain't I American in councils? How many are there and how deep the divide? What is darkness? Darkness is your knowledge, and in your knowledge of tradition, in your councils, thinking you're the one that's only right. You only see one perspective, so that's your perception, and your knowledge is in defense. How can you plan for things unplanned like anomalies and natural disasters and get ahead at the same time? Seems like you be working in backslashes like a hacker. Something to think about. How many foreigners do we have in this country, and what are their associations? How long in America? How many generations? I ain't got a problem with immigrants. I love the diversity. Just a question though, for a state of security, how does that work considering our borders, our loyalties, without becoming a beast? And that beast not being made known to the world, and that being conscious, than to ignore it altogether.